She's an easy lover. She'll get a hold on you, believe it. She's like no other. Before you know it, you'll be on your knees. My new theme song.
What the hell is that?
I don't even know it.
Welcome to page 7, everybody. I'm at a loss.
What? Excuse me?
I'm at a loss. I don't know. I've never heard
keep
it.
going. Give us more.
It is a Phil Collins and Philip Bailey song. Philip Bailey from Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Easy Lover. You know the song? She's an easy lover.
I hate Phil Collins.
God, you
Yeah, Marcus made a
are.
face when you said Phil Collins.
Just black.
Easy Lover's my new theme song. I'm trying to work on it. I want Doug and I to record a version of it for. I've been doing Japanese dating sims with Holden on his Twitch every Friday.
I don't understand a single word you just said.
I had to learn about it.
Twitch is when you play video games?
It's playing video games, but Japanese dating sims. It's called Japanese dating sims. Dating sims are basically Japanese games. It's like a choose your own adventure of fucking.
Okay.
And they're all real weird. So right now I'm a cripple in a cripple school.
So Holden's twitching a sex role-playing video game.
With me. I'm the one that's playing it. He's just kind of there with me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we've been doing this every Friday, and I had to learn about what it means. It's all very fucked up.
Yeah.
But, it's kind of fun. And you get to bang right now.
Does it turn you on?
Well, right now, the one I'm playing, I'm between the girl with no arms, the girl who's completely scarred from head to toe, and we don't know why yet, and then the girl with no legs. But the girl with no legs is a runner. So I've been running with her, but I have arrhythmia, so that's difficult. The last one I did, I was a human in a school for birds, and I was trying to fuck birds.
Okay, so I haven't played Sims since like 1997.
It's not no. It's
a
like
sim
simulator.
Sim is just simulation. Sims is a whole different game. Sim is just a shorthand for a simulation game, like most likely like a real life type of thing, like dating simulation.
I see. I thought that maybe this was like a branch of The Sims that just got real dirty.
No, I'm not taking out the ladders and making them all die in the pool. But you didn't have the fuck version of Sims?
No, I only had Sim City, which I hated. I don't know why I had it.
Oh, Sim City is much different. Yeah.
Yeah, I never
that's
had the
like,
one where
that's like infrastructure.
Exactly. It was like, I can't build a city. Why am I even trying? But then apparently there was this other fun Sims where didn't you get to make them fuck and stuff? And
Yeah. You'd see a whole bunch of blackouts, and they go, ooh, by the way, and then
and then you put them in the vibrating bed and they have sex.
Yeah, that's what I remember. I
it
figured
was just that easy.
And that's all. I mean, no, you had to get them to like each other
first.
That was it's like, come on, just fuck. In real life, you don't have to like each other.
They had to tickle each other first. You had to tickle for a while.
It was a lot of tickling.
It was a lot.
See, that sounds like a lot of fun. A game that's designed purely for. Well, my original question was going to be about the graphics. What are the graphics like?
Well, on these games, they're very high quality. It's a huge thing. So I'm just trying to. I just play for fuckins. All I want to do is have sex. So that's why I want to record the song Easy Lover with Doug, because we can't play the real song, turns out. I guess it's the same fucking rules or whatever.
Copyright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to do our own version of Easy Lover. Everyone knows Easy Lover. You both don't know this song?
No.
Unlike Marcus, I like Phil Collins, but I am really more of a casual listener.
It's ultimate soft rock.
I just listen to Phil Collins in bars, and then I'm like, oh, I like this. But I've never put on Phil Collins.
This isn't the chorus. This is the middle part.
Is this
kind of? This is more the breakdown. Wait, no, we're coming. We're coming. Hold on, you can feel it. She's like no other. Before you know it, you'll be on your knees.
I've never heard this song.
She's an easy lover. We're gonna keep going.
What if I sing it louder?
I just love the before you know it, you'll be on your knees, which is great because at first I thought it was like one of those like, oh, I'm sucking dick. It's not. It's that the man's on his knees. The man's on his knees.
Wait, speaking of which, thank God, I just remembered I have a really important thing to ask you guys about. In Like a Prayer, when she says,
yes,
down on your knees and etc., Is that whole song about BJ's?
Yes.
Only about BJ's?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
See, I had no idea.
Yep, that's what the whole thing is.
And-
Do you remember when she performed at the Super Bowl and in the end it looked like a bunch of cum went everywhere?
Wait, did you know this, Marcus?
Yeah, I mean, when you call my name, it's like a little prayer. I'm down on my knees. I want to take you there.
I mean,
in
the
that-
midnight hour.
I'm familiar with the
Feel
song.
your bow, just like a prayer, where she's on her knees with her hands clasped around his dick. I want to take you there.
I understand the down on my knees, I want to take you there. When I heard that, I was like, when I heard this thing about the BJs, I was like, well, that is pretty blowjobby. But the rest of the song, I don't know. I just don't know if that's only about BJs.
Let me read another just a verse. I
gonna be
hear
real
your
obvious.
voice. It's like an angel sighing. I have no choice. I hear your voice. It feels like flying. I close my eyes. Oh God, I think I'm falling out of the sky. I close my eyes. Heaven help me.
Yeah, that could be about all sorts of things.
It is about that.
Spirituality.
That is what it's about.
Like a child, you whisper softly to me, you're in control. Just like a child, now I'm dancing. It's like a dream, no end and no beginning. You're here with me, it's like a dream. Let the choir sing.
BJs have a definitive end and a definitive
It's
beginning.
not just a BJ, it's a sexual experience. It's the whole thing. You know,
Okay.
they really follow. And then in the end, when the chorus comes in, I mean, that's just straight up like, fucking, you know? I'll take it out, yeah.
It's like a dream to me.
I mean, you know, I don't know if that's all sex, but I imagine there is a sex that is like that.
I assumed it was about sex in the way that everything Madonna did was like about sex, but I didn't think that the only textual interpretation was it was just a song about.
But that was like
Blowing.
more of in her like pure. Like, have you seen the music video that she's trying to be so angelic? So that's the whole thing is that, you know, she's a little angel, but she's not.
Uh-huh. Well, I guess that's fine. I don't mind that it's about BJ's. I've just been listening to that song pretty regularly ever since my wedding last year because it's on my wedding playlist, and I really
And
enjoy
that's
it.
why I put it on your wedding.
It's a great song, and I've been listening to it pretty regularly. And then when I was at the bar and it was on, the bartender was like, "Best song about a BJ ever written," and I was like, "What?" And then I've been pretty upset about it ever since.
There's nothing to be upset about though, because doesn't that make you feel more empowered by it?
Yeah, BJs are cool and good, and there is nothing wrong with having a whole song about BJs.
But also the fact that like sometimes, you know, she's a powerful fucking woman that you gotta, you know, you relinquish the control.
Yes.
You let it go. You'd be like, no, this is for you. I am doing this for you, and like, I just want you to be gratified.
It's just so deep. It's a very emotional song, and I guess I just didn't expect it to only be about beaches.
I typed in, I Googled songs about oral sex. And have you ever heard a Peter Gabriel song called Kiss That Frog?
I do also love Peter Gabriel. I like Peter Gabriel a
I
lot.
do love Peter Gabriel, however.
Sweet little princess, let me introduce his frogness. You alone can get him singing.
Oh.
He's all puffed up. Wanna be your king. Oh, you can do it. Come on. Lady, kiss that frog.
Oh no! Ew.
Don't call your dick a frog. Don't ever call your dick a frog. Or call it a bull toad, for that matter.
And don't turn it into a children's story.
Kiss the frog.
That's what you do when you're in a car with a child.
Yeah,
that you
that's-
shouldn't be.
Right, like a prayer, like turning like church into sex is cool, but turning a children's story into sex, not cool.
Unless it's a Little Mermaid, which we've discussed.
Well, let's hear a little bit of Kiss That Frog and just see what the fuck this is all about.
Oh, it's too jazzy. Uh-oh,
Real
it's
jazzy.
too jazzy. This is royal blood running through my skin. Ew.
Can you see the state I'm in?
Ew, he needs a blowjob.
Ugh.
Just suck it off or something.
Ugh. It's just a Prince ripoff.
I also don't, especially because I feel like Peter Gabriel can't pull off the.
I just like a Peter Gabriel ballad. Like I want
Sure,
like a
in your eyes.
slow
You're slapping your eyes on there. Sure, I'll listen to
Salisbury Hill.
it. Of course.
But not. I don't want that jazzy blowjobby Peter Gabriel. No, thank you.
But I think a lot of people said yes, thank you, which is why he did it.
A lot of women specifically who wanted to blow him. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, on the frog. Kiss that frog. At least, I mean, hopefully there's a bunch of like, oh, it turns into a prince, and now I'm inside of you, and I give you my prince juice.
Why not a snake? I guess because there's not a
I think that's
fairy
too
tale.
much with the,
Too on the nose.
Yeah, it's too much. It's like, oh, one-eyed snake, get it. But a frog, no one wants to fuck a frog.
Yeah, let him sit beside you. Eat right off your plate. You don't have to be afraid. There's nothing here to hate. Princess, you might like it if you lower your defense. Kiss that frog, and you will get your prince.
It sounds a lot like he wants to put his dick on a plate.
That or just like, suck my dick, and I guess I'll treat you okay.
Yeah, right.
Maybe I'll treat you okay if you suck my dick. Fair enough, though. You know what? Fair enough.
Get it into your head. He's living with you. He sleeps in your bed. Can't you hear beyond the croaking? Don't you know that I'm not joking?
I don't want you to croak while I fuck you. I know the sounds of croaking frogs, and I don't want it in my bedroom.
With their little necks that
Unless we're in a cabana. Unless there's a mosquito netting over a cabana, and we're in the middle of a rainforest, sure, I'll hear some fucking frogs croaking and throating.
Yeah, if they're not in the bed with me, literally, then I'll hear them.
You wouldn't want a frog in your bed if you're having sex? Like, that's a no?
Well, I actually don't. I like frogs and amphibians, and I'd rather have a frog than like an insect, for sure.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, no, I hate frogs.
I know you hate frogs.
But
Really?
oh, yeah. I'm not a fan of frogs at all. I'm okay with frogs. It's more toads that I got a big problem with.
Is that because of your roots?
Yeah.
They're big. Oh, they're big.
Yeah. Grew up in a frog town. Yeah.
I got a lot of bad stories about frogs.
I do got a lot of bad stories about frogs. The
Really?
big toads. They're the worst.
I feel like John Hamm's been living in a frog town.
Good segue.
You've been living...
John Ham
Oh,
living in a frog town.
He ain't happy, but his big dick is. He's living in a frog town. Croak, croak, croak.
Has he been walking around with his dick swinging around lately?
No, he's getting all divorced and he's all sad about it.
Oh, no.
But the thing is, I was reading all of this stuff about him today. And, yes, the penis. And I've never watched Mad Men, so, of course, on paper, I would like to have sex with him. But reading all of this stuff made me really not want to have sex with him anymore.
Part of it is that you want to have sex with Don Draper himself, even though he's a big asshole. But
Of course, but I think that John Hamm himself is the big asshole.
I think that might be right. But
he's been married for 18 years.
I was gonna say I thought they were like a big success story.
Yeah, they're not. It's done. It's over.
Well,
What
what
a
happened? Do you know what happened? Or is it just not working?
That I guess she tried really hard that his hard partying lifestyle she just couldn't deal with anymore. That I guess he's a huge drinker. He loves to go out. He's just doing
He
his
shows
thing.
up in the blind items quite a bit as
Does
a
he?
bit of a drunkard.
Which of course, I mean, look at him. I feel like, of course, it's what he is, but I think she just couldn't take it anymore. And now they had this big interview with him. I think it was in Style magazine, and they're like, well, "What's it like being single? Now you're single." He's like, "It sucks."
Yeah.
Man, I was with somebody for so long, and now it sucks.
Yeah.
He's allowed to say that being single sucks.
Yeah.
Of course, but he's John fucking Hamm.
Yeah.
You think he was out there being a fucking nun on the streets?
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Yeah, he was quoted in an interview with In Style magazine as saying, "It sucks."
It sucks. Also, and that was the whole thing too, is that she had all this whole thing saying like, he hasn't matured at all. I would love to grow with him. He hasn't grown since we've been together. And the fact that his quote is, "It sucks."
It sucks.
Oh man.
It's like, of course, man.
So he's just like a total himbo, which sucks because I feel like when you got a really attractive actor, I feel like often the case is that they become really attractive, really great actor, and then the third bit of the equation is that they're dumb as hell.
Yeah,
He doesn't. I mean, that's just like they took one quote. It wasn't his only statement
Yes.
about
Yeah.
everything.
No, he
I mean,
might. Yeah, but I guess I feel like there's like a thing where you're like, in order to be such a great actor, sometimes the body is just an empty vessel. You
The
know?
empty vessel, yes. The pitcher waiting to be filled with water.
Yeah.
A liquid of some kind.
But he plays such sophisticated roles. I always assumed that he had more to him because Don Draper is so tortured.
I think that he's just a drunk the same way,
Yeah.
though. I think it's really more of what it is. And that he was just like going on about he doesn't do any social media because he views social media as masturbation, which I actually kind of agree with. I get it. That it's like it's instant gratification that if you're going to like pop a picture of yourself up with dog ears and a dog tongue, why don't you just masturbate? Mm-hmm. Because, I mean,
This is the visual equivalent of masturbating.
of masturbation, yeah.
I get that.
And I do get that. I don't know. It's just like, I feel like now he's kind of coming out of his little weird shell as almost like a preemie. And he's like, I am here.
I have opinions.
I have I can say things now. I'm alone. I'm alone.
Does he have kids?
I don't think so.
I don't think they have kids. No, I think they've just been around.
But she's a success as well, and I don't know. Reading that stuff just kind of made me. I mean, big dick and all, but where you sticking it?
Yeah.
Where you putting that dick, man?
He's a big therapy advocate, though. Yeah, he said whether it's for your elbow or for your teeth or for your brain, it's important.
That's good.
So he did say that. I know he likes to go see Broadway shows.
You're gonna like him way more when you watch Mad Men, though. It's impossible, in my opinion, not to really want to bang him and love him.
I watched the first 3 episodes. I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah,
because I was just
slow.
like, fuck these guys.
I just kind of want to be his buddy, like everyone. Like once a month, you go out with Don.
Yeah.
And then you just don't do that anymore.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
because
you go too hard.
Yeah, you go too hard, and your life will be destroyed. You spend too much time with Don.
I was watching Mad Men on a summer when I was drinking a lot and single, and it was a great,
That's, I think, the way to do it. Yeah.
I also have complicated friendships and relationships right now. It's like it makes you feel really sexy and angsty. It's like, how certain things just make you feel like 15 again in terms of your sexuality?
Yes, because you know why? I put my money where my fucking mouth is, and I started watching Party of Five.
Ooh.
And how do you feel turned on?
Mama, yumma, matcha, hachi, machi, yes. It is exactly. It's all of it. It's what I want.
Well, what do you want?
I feel like my real
Teen
sexual
sex.
awakening, yeah. And also, but it's that, grunge period that I was always, I feel like I still kind of dress in that way, that it's just, dudes with, kind of longer hair.
It's a whole bunch of riggins.
And are they wearing, are they wearing long sleeve shirts that have horizontal stripes across the chest?
There's a lot of that, but also then it will just be what's his name? Charlie. Matthew Fox will just randomly take off his shirt while he's talking to someone. You're just like, I'm not even into this, and I can't look away. You're immediately sucked in. It's such dumb drama. It's, angsty, sexy sex.
I haven't really realized that before. That Riggins from Friday Night Lights is kind of the culmination of that angsty, grungy '90s type of guy.
Except he plays football. Charlie kind of, at least Charlie was a contractor.
Okay.
He was working with wood, so that's more my thing, I guess. It's not. I would never have that. But if I had my druthers, it would be that.
Woodworker.
Yeah, but he's affable, but also can't trust him. You can't trust him as far as you can fucking throw him.
Is there a child actor you have to contend with, and does it make you
Lacey
hate
Chabert. But Lacey Chabert grows up into hot Lacey Chabert from Mean Girls. Lacey Chabert. She's got a big mouth.
it? She's one of the 4 Mean Girls?
Yeah.
Maybe.
She was in a lot of those movies. I think
Okay.
she was one of the 4 Mean Girls. Honestly, I saw Mean Girls once. I very much enjoyed it, but I saw it in the movie theater, so that was 1,000 years ago?
Wow, I feel like I've never even sought out Mean Girls since I saw it in the theater, and I've still seen it 35 times.
Really?
She was Gretchen Wieners.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so she's hot. She had the breasts, but in the beginning of Party 5, she's 11. She plays the violin, and I don't hate her. So I think that's the interesting part.
Because I thought that might be a thumbs down for you.
No,
you hate
she
children.
seemed to. I feel like she's one of those girls that knew she was going to be hot and doing something later on in her life. So she was fine as an 11-year-old.
She wasn't like,
I played the violin.
Uh-huh.
The violin playing is very, very faked.
How's Scott Wolf?
He's fine.
Yeah.
He's fine. I find it interesting, though. Maybe I was just super stoned while I watched it. Matthew Fox, Scott Wolf. Interesting. Gamble the soup. Like the soup.
Like the soup.
What? Who is paying for these children to be in this show?
Lacey Chabert like Javert Les Mis.
Les Mis. Oh my God, I listened to Les Mis yesterday.
Yay! I watched season.
Weren't excited enough.
Anyone else started season whatever the fuck it is of House of Cards? 5.
Yeah, I started it.
What do you think?
Eh.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. By the end of season 4, I was like, by even the beginning of season 4, I was like,
I gave up on season 2.
Yeah.
After season 2, I was like, eh.
Yeah, because season 3 is terrible, and season 5 is just I'm kind of
Yeah.
nah.
I've always been, I feel like that's been my attitude about it from the beginning. I was like,
Yeah, yeah. I've always been sort of like, but
I
I've still watched 50 episodes
yeah,
of it.
that's
yeah.
the thing. I'm like, I don't know.
It's the speechwriter. I don't like that guy.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, he tends to ruin the whole thing. He was great in Boardwalk Empire, but he's terrible in this show.
I don't like his character.
No.
Ooh, I'm a writer.
Is
and I'm
Robin
so
Wright
serious.
still good in it?
Yeah, but she's fucking the what is it?
I don't know. I haven't seen it in
the
years.
speechwriter, and the dynamic doesn't work at all.
No, he's just like a dowdy, serious speechwriter, and I don't like that character.
And you just
development at
ask
all.
questions.
But can you imagine ever that Robin Wright was having the shit beat
I
out
got
of her
questions.
by Sean Penn? I think that's ridiculous.
It is
She is way too beautiful to have ever had this. I mean, not that people, you know what I mean. I can't believe she
Everyone's
put
so
up with
beautiful.
it. She's just such a strong woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's just
that's a
sad.
whole saga that I wasn't paying attention to at the time, and thus I often forget that she has that history. And I also have just the hardest time thinking about her being in Forrest Gump because in House of Cards she's such a serious fox, you know.
Oh yeah, she's very serious. But I hate that speechwriter. 'Cause she's like, I don't like this, and he goes, why don't you like it?
Yeah.
And it's just that same thing over and over again. He just asks questions.
Yeah.
Just a bleh.
But it's like, ooh, I'm a journalist, so I'm
Yeah.
asking questions.
Bleh.
Yeah, that show I feel like is written by people. I feel like my biggest critique of House of Cards is that it was like written by people who were told like the writers' room was told like go look at Twitter and see how people talk, and then they did it for only like 2 hours, and then they came back and they're like, this is what the world is like. This is what Twitter does, and it's like trying to be very hip, and it's just not quite there.
Yeah. And Nev Campbell's in it.
Yes,
which
she
is why she
that
brought
was,
it up.
Thank you for understanding the link that I made. Yeah, Nev Campbell is there.
Yeah.
She looks great.
Yeah, she looks
course she
fantastic.
looks
Yeah,
great.
she looks awesome. But but that's the thing is you still look at it and you're just like, Nev Campbell. And it doesn't really go further than that.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
She's so hot though.
she is.
She's still hot though.
Yeah,
Yes,
she's
very
so super
much.
hot.
Good,
Yes.
good. I'm happy for her. That's a guffaw.
Guffaw.
I'm giving a guffaw. I really like Nev Campbell. I'm putting my stamp on it. I like her.
The stamp is your face. It says, that's my name, and then it says approved by Jackie.
It's just guffaw underneath.
Yeah, it says Guffaw, too. There's 3 different...
Yeah, there's a lot on the stamp. It's a very intricate stamp, but it's big. It's like the size of my hand.
Yeah, it covers most of the document.
yeah, that's fine. I think that's okay.
So what were you saying before we started recording about the Duggars?
Oh, I was just hemming and hawing. You know what? I don't even know. How do they still have a show?
They should not have a show is the answer to that question. When you have a sex scandal that is like not just an accusation, but one that is like pretty clearly borne out and confirmed, and you're done. You cannot be a role model when you are a child sex molester.
But he wasn't a molesty. He was paying for sex.
Well,
He was buying women.
no, it was Molesta.
I thought it was molested.
Yeah,
because
he was
my
molested.
sex is
Molested
fine.
his sisters.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was.
That's right. That's
But he
the
was-
scandal.
yes.
Paying for sex, I don't give a fuck about. Pay for sex. That's totally
Well, that's
fine.
bad in their fucking religion, Molly.
In their religion, sure, but as long as the sex worker is consenting, then pay for sex all you want. That's totally cool. But right, bad for your religion, then they should be that they can have that reckoning in their house of God. But in terms of the house of the public, if you are accused of something like that and you are on TV to be like I am a role model.
But all of them are still on the show.
Well, the TMZ headline is Josh Duggar says, police hurt me too with release of molestation reports. Josh Duggar now wants his own pound of flesh from the police and city officials. 4 of his sisters are suing for releasing investigators' reports on his molestation case. Have you ever heard the names of his sisters?
They all start with J. All 21 of them start with J.
Jill, Jessa, Joy, and Jinger.
Ginger. It's Ginger.
Oh,
Ginger with a J?
Ginger. No, all of them. There's like Joyanne. I mean,
They should have put a second
I mean,
J instead of a G.
But
see,
that's
because
the weirdest part.
Jinger
I
looks
would've
like
said Jinger.
looks like Jinger.
Looks like Ginger. It's not. It's
looks
Ginger.
like Jinger Duggar.
Ginger, it's pronounced Ginger. With a J and 1 G. 1 J, 1 G, that order.
Now, Josh Duggar is having multitudes of children, and they all begin with M. That fucking freaks me
That's
out.
my siblings' names, J and M.
No, J and M, yes. But I'm saying all of his children's name begin with M.
I know.
So
I'm
he's
just
going down the line.
Excited about the letters that
Oh,
they
I'm
chose.
sorry.
No, it's fine.
They're good letters.
Thank
I'm not
you.
against
Thank
the
you.
letters.
But yeah, that's obnoxious, and Ginger is especially obnoxious. But so if the family is like, I wish that you hadn't made this public, that is totally understandable and probably shitty on the police's part. But for him to be like, I as the abuser am suffering because you outed me as an abuser, that's shit that only abusers do. They're like, everybody suffered. The people I hurt, me also. That's just a bullshit way of thinking that abusers do.
He said he was victimized and forced to relive the painful and difficult circumstances of a traumatic experience as a juvenile.
How was he young? He was very young.
It was one of those that, I think he was like 16 and his sisters were very young.
They were
Yeah.
all they're all about 10 months apart.
That's
So,
right. They all are about 10 months apart.
And they weren't allowed to hold hands with anybody. I mean,
Yeah.
this is a whole other, we're not going to go down that whole fucking road.
Well,
but they
right.
weren't allowed to even look into the eyes of a member of the opposite sex that wasn't in their family.
Right. So listen, I actually don't think if somebody is underage and they commit a crime, even one like this, I think that they deserve like counseling and intervention, and like I don't think that he should be
I think
carted
they
off to jail
deserve
or anything.
another $5 million television show.
Right. That's the thing. Like
We're getting too serious, Molly.
Yeah, I just feel like I guess I don't want him to necessarily be like sent to jail, but I do want him to not be a role model for without
on the
having
TVs, though.
Yeah.
But, to be fair, I'm not watching it anymore. I won't watch any of this new shit. I think it's called, like, Keepin' On, Keepin' On. We're the Duggars. I fucked my sisters. Keep going.
Keep on with the M's.
Yeah,
Well, he felt them up while they were asleep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not supposed to do
He
that.
didn't have sexual relations with his sister.
Yeah, that's what Bill Clinton said. Right, Molly? I remember that.
Depends
remember
on what
that on
the
the
definition
TVs.
of was is.
Yeah, no, the whole thing is just, I was more just upset that he's had 5 children in the span of 6 years.
Yes.
Which makes me disgusted.
Actually, you weren't too far off with the name of the show. It's called Counting On.
Counting on. Yeah, keep
on
Counting on, keeping on, whatting on.
Keep spurting them out is what it should be called.
Keep on counting.
I'm actually kind of upset that I watched the whole thing in the first place. I'm a little upset with myself. But you know what? What are you going to do? Can't take it back.
No, reality shows are a lot of fun.
They are fun until somebody starts molesting.
If they didn't have such bad politics, I would let them be, but I just want them to be.
Well,
it should be gone.
Well, the reason why it might be going is because people are watching it, but advertisers don't want anything to do with it.
Of course they don't.
Yeah.
Why don't they bring, like, the birthing story back? Remember
Yeah,
that? Remember, I mean, that, like, kept me from putting, like, I put a condom on every time because I would
gonna
watch
say, were
the
you-
birthing story every day after school.
I thought you were gonna say.
Like, that kept me from putting a gun in my mouth.
That's exactly what I thought you
Because life goes on. Because I don't have to worry about the
kept
end of
me from jumping off a fucking building.
No, it was the best. It was the best, like, birth control ever. Is watching that show and being like watching a woman give birth every day when I got out of school. That I watched it.
We don't even need it. We got sister wives. We got
Yeah, but I love Sister Wives.
there's plenty of
she's a
content.
lesbian.
There's plenty of content. Or get the John and Kate. There's plenty of quadruples out there. Get a regular family with a lot of kids who doesn't advance very dangerous ideas for the nation and follow them in their channel. I would like to watch a show about a bunch of kids. Oh, how do I get them all in the car? It
They
would be
have lots
fun.
of cars, Molly. That's how they get them in the car.
Like I'll watch it. I just don't want the oppressive Christianity along with it. And even Christianity is fine, but their like particular brand of Christianity is
It's a little R.
it's a
Yeah,
mixture
a
of
little
white
rough.
supremacy and Christianity that makes me uncomfortable.
It's a little rough, but. Pop out those kids. Make more of them just like you. Create a militia. Isn't that fun?
I think that's what they want to do, don't they?
Isn't it fun? I think they're going to make a football team. It's not going to be very good, but they're going to make one.
They got enough for a football team already.
Maybe
don't
they'll make a football team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not going to be very good at that
they?
either.
No, too European for them, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's a little too international for them.
Well, you
They
still
won't
got
understand
Fixer
it.
Upper. You can always watch Fixer Upper.
I mean, that is their Christian values, but they don't put it in the show. I love Fixer Upper. Honestly, I've been really down a Pioneer Woman hell lately.
Thank you. I love Pioneer Woman. Talk about 4 kids.
I mean, but she also has nothing to do with anything. She's just like, I just like to cook. I got my cowboy. I'll make my cowboy food.
And her husband.
Sex.
Jesus Christ.
Sexy.
I don't even like cowboys in a particular way.
Like squeeze.
I got nothing against them. It's just that I'm not like a cowboy
I know.
fetish.
I know how you feel about
fetishist.
Brad Pitt.
But damn, is her husband hot. And she is great because she's like, my 2 boys are out ranching for the 4 hours of the morning, and I'm going to make them quesadillas. And it just makes you feel great. Like, the kids are happy. She's happy.
But she's got a whole empire now, and she's doing great.
Freezer
And
meals.
I'm very proud of her. Yeah, and all the the pots and the plates and everything. She's got her own like basically everything Fixer Upper is doing, she's doing as well in like Montana.
Oh, her website, when you go to a thing, the first thing it says is, my name is Ree. Howdy, I'm a desperate housewife. I live in the country. I'm obsessed with butter, basset hounds, and Ethel Merman. Welcome to my frontier.
God damn it, I love her.
Yeah, she's great.
God, I love her.
And the thing is, like, if you want just a go-to recipe for, like, a macaroni salad, you got to go Pioneer
you
Woman.
got to go Pioneer
She
Woman.
makes great food if you want a lot of mayo in it.
and I think that we've talked about it before, and I think that you know that I do.
Oh, do you know the Cookin' Canuck?
No, you know, I don't know about Canadians.
You know how I feel about Canadians.
I love a
Well,
poutine.
there's the Pioneer Woman, and then I went to the Cookin' Canuck page, and hers is, welcome to the Cooking Canuck. I'm Dara, a Canadian living in the U.S. and sharing my favorite healthy recipes, as well as running and healthy lifestyle
Okay,
tips.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
I'm sorry to be so intrusive.
Please, if you are upset in any way, let me leave my page
Don't
now.
mind me. Just go over to the Pioneer Woman.
But then there's always a Farm Girls Dabbles.
Ew.
No, there's a Farmhouse Rules lady. You ever watch her? Ooh, you would like her.
You have all of your internets and your cables.
I have my Food Network. You would like Farmhouse Rules. That lady's crazy.
Okay.
She is like, I've lived on this farm in upstate New York for 65 years and I've never left. Like,
Hell yeah.
she calls it Farmhouse Rules because she calls recipes rules. Because they're passed down from her family. Every single story involves somebody from like 4 generations ago. She has like 200 grandchildren, and she's always having like grandma camp, and she's always
Grandma camp sounds scary.
Yeah.
I didn't have good grandmothers though, so maybe that's why.
I'm gonna send you a link to Farmhouse Rules, and we could talk about. Yeah, I never.
Grandmother camp.
Grandma camp.
Grandma camp also sounds terrifying to me as well.
Yeah,
Sounds
same.
very scary.
Like, today we're going to learn about Scotch.
Please don't.
How to make a gin and tonic just right. Yeah.
I mean, now that's the kind of grandma camp I could probably get behind, but
but you would like
Well, not
Farmhouse
cheesy.
Rules lady. She
Okay,
is
I'll give her
a
a shot.
sassy fireball, and hopefully other listeners can back me up. She screams. She only screams.
I mean, I only scream.
Yeah, that's why I
get
think
that
you would
note
like
a lot.
her.
All right, yeah. I just imagine us meeting each other, us screaming at each other.
Yeah, and she makes a drink with everything.
Oh, okay, done.
Yeah.
That's why didn't you lead with that? Why didn't you say, "Oh, she drinks while she cooks"? Done. I'm in.
Yeah, she's great. You'll like her a lot.
That sounds fantastic.
Well, Tom Cruise has spoken about the Top Gun sequel officially. It's going to be called Top Gun Maverick.
Why?
He says,
They're
"I didn't
so
want."
old.
He said, "I didn't want a number. You don't need a number."
He's just such a Dumbo frumphead.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to see him in any. I won't even watch it. I won't
Yeah.
watch it.
Oh, he's puffy.
He's bad.
Yeah,
it looks bad.
He's bad puffy. Yeah.
I've seen Jack Reacher in the theaters.
Ooh, yeah. I heard that was Carolina said that was particularly awful.
Yeah, it was bad.
Why did you see it in the theater?
I don't know.
Happen.
It
was
just
one of
happened.
those.
It was like a social group. This was years like the first Jack Reacher, not the
Oh,
most
okay.
recent
I
one.
thought I was like, yikes.
Yeah.
No,
like never
but-
go back. That would have been a particular offense.
Yeah, no, I'm not going back. But I mean, I was an adult. It wasn't like I was a child. It was like 2012, and I did see it, and it was very bad. And yeah, there's just no, like, not a single bone in my body is like, I want to see Tom Cruise act.
Ever again.
Yeah.
I mean, his whole life is acting. I feel like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to divot. I got to divot. I got to pivot.
Pivot.
I do it all the time. Divot, pivot. If you guys are not watching The Keepers, you need to watch it.
I watched the first episode. I thought it was boring.
You gotta watch the second episode. The second episode, yeah.
Okay.
I'm telling
my
you.
days are just so full of murder and molestation
Maybe
anyway.
You might not like this, but it has a lot more to do with the psychological aspects
What is it?
behind
I watched The Secret Lives of Pets a couple days ago. That was really fun.
That's kind of like it.
And I
It's
watched-
just like The Keepers.
I watched I watched Sing as well. That was
See, that's what
particu-
you need in your life.
Yeah.
Sing is particularly good.
I'm
I gotta
surprised
say.
by what a light series of films that was that you just watched.
I need to drain my head.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Of
kind of
You're
like
surrounded by it.
kind of like a zit that's full of pus. Sometimes you gotta lance it, and sometimes you lance that zit with singing dancing pigs.
Of course.
And that's fine, and that's fair. Have you seen Moana yet? I have not.
I have not.
Apparently, it's a delight, and I feel like that's something that you should watch.
I've heard it's great. But wait, what's the
But
Keepers?
The Keepers, Molly, you should definitely watch.
Sounds like it's if it's murdery and
Set in 1969.
Okay.
A nun was murdered in an all-girls school. And what happens, basically, it's nowadays, and these women are all in their 60s, and it's them going out after, because it has a lot to do with repressed memories and like the comeuppance of things that you just push down in later years in life. So they're going out to find out why she was murdered, because not only was she murdered, but a young, beautiful woman was murdered days later in Baltimore, but back when Baltimore was not a bad place. And everything was covered up. They had no idea what happened, and then it all just went away.
what is it, a movie or a television show?
It's a documentary on Netflix.
It's a documentary.
Yes,
Documentary
it is
series.
It's 7 episodes long.
I love documentaries.
It is. I could watch 2 episodes max.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my god, this is exactly my alley.
I know it's right up your alley. It is. I feel like it's not just molesty. It is more than that.
Okay.
It's very interesting. It's very well done. And the fact that, like, it's just, they grew up in a place where they couldn't talk about these kind of things, and now that they're talking about it, they can't stop. And it's very upsetting. But that they're, like, I guess in the 90s, there was this whole backlash against repressed memory and how, like, if you never remembered it until now, then you're obviously making it up.
Well, there was
The
a very
Satanic Panic,
there was a very good reason
exactly,
for the
yes.
backlash against repressed memories, because it was putting a lot of innocent people in prison.
Right.
Yeah,
but
and
this
wasn't that,
happened at
like-
the same time as this was going on. So that's why this was such a big thing, was that these were women that were actually telling the truth, and no one would listen to them.
That's why those other people said that's why they ruined it for them, because that whole
Exactly.
Same thing with Dylan Farrow when she was like, everyone was like, oh, yada, 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 repressed memory syndrome, remember the Satanic Panic, you probably lying. You said it was the magic hour when Woody Allen molested you, and then all these filmmakers were like, the magic hour is totally a thing that a child would have said who grew up with filmmaker parents.
Yes.
Like, but it was
There is a magic hour.
right, and everyone was like, oh, that's probably your fantastical thinking because you're a child. Like,
No,
that was one of the reasons cited.
magic hour is like a lighting term. Right?
Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, when everything looks beautiful and golden.
But that was an example of like some whatever psychologist that Woody Allen hired to be like, well, she's just fantastical thinking. She said it was the magic hour.
So that's why it has
And
a lot
then-
more to do with that kind of stuff. It's not just molesty.
Okay.
So it is, but it's I had to you got to take a. I know one person that watched the whole thing in one sitting, and it was because she was in the middle of like washing everything in boiling water because she thought she had bed bugs. I was like, that's the only way you could watch this whole thing in one sitting, because I get through 2 episodes and I got nightmares.
Was she doing like a Blue Monday style with a washing board in her house?
I mean, no, she had a washing machine in her house, so she was like also boiling a bunch of stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
like cheer up, Charlie. Yeah,
Just like hand wringing them through that little washing
make
board.
them all sleep in one bed.
All right, it's time for the list.
Oh,
On the list. Marcus,
Gotta have that list.
It's been a darker one.
Celebrities who hold patents.
Okay.
Well, all right.
Yeah, very surprising people on this list.
Okay.
Christy Brinkley,
Patents like for herself?
like invention patents,
Of what?
For an invention?
things they've invented.
What'd she invent?
An educational toy which helps kids learn their ABCs.
Wow,
spinner.
I feel so bad. I was going to be like, it's probably like an ab thing. How
No.
sexist of me.
How dare you, Molly? Just because she looks good doesn't mean she doesn't use her brain or that she paid someone to make up this thing and she gets a patent for it. Remember that Billy Joel video? She was the Uptown Girl.
Well, yeah, she was married to Billy Joel.
Oh, I remember. And then
Yeah.
he beat her.
Ugh, she named one of her kids Sailor.
That's fun. Go on an adventure.
Taylor Joel.
Paula Abdul invented a more mobile mic stand.
See, that's fun.
Yeah.
Because when you're dancing with an animated cat, what are you going to do? Hold a mic? What are you going to do, Gary? Run a mic stand?
And now, when you are just drunk as a skunk on TV all the time, you got to have that mic move with you.
It's because see, now you can hear her because she's got the mic. Man, go for her.
Yeah, good for her.
Jamie Lee Curtis holds a patent for a diaper with pockets containing wipes.
No.
No, thank you.
No, don't trust the children with the wipes. They're going to put them everywhere.
Why would you give them the wipes?
The wipes are inside. The baby would have to reach inside and pull out the wipes.
I
They'll
watched
do it.
a 16-month-old who didn't want me to watch him, that he learned how to take off his diapers. Every time he shit, he would force himself to shit, and then he would smear it everywhere. They're gonna find those wipes.
Yeah.
They're gonna get those wipes.
How often have you seen, and I think I only am aware of this now after having hung out with our baby nephew, how often do you see a child in a stroller going around New York City who only has one shoe on because they have gotten the other shoe off and their parent hasn't noticed? I was just to say they can get...
They're like little rats with clothes on.
They can get anything. They can't be stopped. Don't give them access to the wipes.
So again, we are against this one as well, I believe.
Okay, well, Francis Ford Coppola owns the patent for a T-shirt designed to help people get their backs scratched. Look, it's got a little
Please explain.
diagram on it with
What?
little numbers on it. So you're like, scratch number 6, and then they scratch number 6.
How are you gonna look at number 6?
Yeah, you have to remember. That's a great...
What
it has
the
to-
fuck?
Wait.
Man.
You have to have the same graphic on the front,
The
but
front.
it's upside down. So that you can look and then be like,
See, now that's a patent we got. Patent it! Molly Knefel 2017.
I have to call Francis Ford Coppola. But because, yes, Jackie's right. How are you going to... You have to memorize the fucking quadrants on your back?
He directed Apocalypse Now.
I
Give him a break.
know he did.
Yeah, but
It's
he
my
didn't-
favorite movie. Give him a break.
Fantastic movie.
He didn't need to do a T-shirt. He
Well,
already did a good movie.
Well, you know he wanted to.
Several good movies.
Yeah, but the best part about someone scratching your back and they're not hitting the right spot is that you get the other part scratch. Be like, no, up a little bit.
Yeah,
No,
right.
left a little bit.
Words
No, my
are-
left. Your left. Not me.
A little bit.
Oh, yeah, no. Down. Down.
Any method of communication more effective than this shirt.
Abraham Lincoln held a patent for a method for buoying vessels over shoals.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know. What is a shoal?
I don't know what it is.
It's like a river thing.
Uh-huh.
Is it like a... It's like a boat thing.
It's a boat thing.
It's a boat thing
This
and a
all-
river
It's a
thing?
boat thing. Abraham Lincoln made a boat thing.
I don't like boats.
Yeah, but back
Unless they're
then...
big boats.
What about a
Unless-
pontoon? I know you like pontoons.
On a pontoon, yeah. It's something with a motor.
I know you
I'm
like
down with, yeah.
pontoons.
Never a kayak.
Marcus is a good friend. He knows that you like pontoons.
Yeah. I want to make waves and catch rays up on the roof. Show me on the back door, damn
Honey.
it, you want to.
Abraham Lincoln had a harder life than you. You're all, I just want to party on a
I
yacht.
just want to have motorboating.
Abraham Lincoln had to like fucking cross some rivers and shit.
Yeah, you had to go see plays.
He was a river.
Right?
Right.
Right, historical truth bomb. Thank you.
Marlon Brando invented a device that helps musicians tune drums.
How?
It's a drum
Would you
tuner.
use it?
It goes ding 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 ding.
Would you
ding.
use that specific one?
It's for like congos.
Oh, like a steel drum.
That's a steel drum. That's different. You don't really, you don't need to tune. You don't need to tune a steel drum to
Are
the
you
best of my
sure?
knowledge.
I was
It's
gonna
just a
say.
big piece of metal.
But
Yeah,
how
but-
do you make it? How do they?
What if
steel
it
drums
gets
are
a
a
dent?
mystery to me. They're all dents. That's how
Yeah.
the tones come.
No, but what if there's an extra dent?
Yeah,
and you
good
gotta
question.
undent the dent.
I guess you'd need to tune the steel drum.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure there's going to be someone on Twitter who's going to be like, I'm not gonna ask me. You can't tune steel drum.
No one listening to celebrity gossip knows about steel drums.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Red
wine.
I want to go on a cruise. God, I want to go on a cruise.
On your pontoon.
Steve McQueen held a patent for a bucket seat shell. It's a badass car thing.
What?
Bucket seat.
I'm
I
with
know
you.
what a bucket seat
seats.
is.
Yeah.
But what's a shell for a bucket seat?
It's like the thing that the bucket seat goes in. It's like the shape of the bucket seat.
It's the outside of the bucket
It's
seat.
the outside of the bucket seat.
Why you
So
need that?
Is that what you get? Like, if you take a bucket seat, like, you ever been to the bars where they got seats? Mm-hmm. They got car seats in there?
Rec
I love it.
And you
room?
sit in them?
I love it.
Is that like that?
No.
Oh. How did he make this?
And why?
Because Steve McQueen was a badass car driving machine, and he wanted better bucket seats for his badass cars.
Okay, fair
and so he
enough.
made one himself.
I mean, Steve McQueen is pretty freaking earsad.
He's pretty freaking great.
I would have sex with him.
Good.
Thank you.
Penn Jillette holds the patent for a spa system designed to pleasure a woman with water jets.
That's
A
all spa
water
systems.
vibrator?
But who is Penn Jillette?
Penn
and Teller.
Ah, Penn. Oh, Penn Jillette.
Yeah.
I thought it was one word. I thought
Penn-
it was some
Penn Jillette.
Yeah, some sexy, French woman's like, oh well, if she knows about it.
Oh, you like this one? Neil Young holds several patents for innovations in model trains.
Oh, that's cute.
That's cute.
Neil Young is a big model train guy. That's like
Oh,
his
yeah.
whole thing.
I
That is
mean,
cute.
he's got a lot of things. I think, brain-wise more than anything, but he's groovy.
He's a groovy dude.
Get him looking at one of them trains though. He'll fucking woo. Man, I would let Penn. Would you let him use his device upon you?
Absolutely not.
Penn Jillette's a good guy.
He's a nice guy. Totally. I would have coffee with him, but I don't want him to satisfy me with a water vibrator.
But what if he's not touching the rest of your body?
Yeah, I mean, he's not. It's not like he's in the room like asking us, like, "Is it good?"
Well, no, that's what she's asking.
I'm asking her, yeah, him using it
Oh,
upon
I'll use it
her.
on myself if he's not in the room, and then I'll tell him about it.
Okay.
Or
But
what
do I
would
have
you-
to look into his eyes?
No,
Okay.
you never have to look into anyone's eyes as far as I'm concerned. But what if he's outside of the door while you use it?
Yes, but that's as close as he can get. I don't
Okay.
want him to be in the room.
Okay. Is he? What if he's yelling at you while it's going on, asking you how
Is
it's
it
going?
nice?
That's fine. Isn't he like
you
famous for
enjoy
his
it?
voice?
Yes.
Yes, he's
Yeah.
got a wonderful voice.
So yeah, that's fine.
It's
I'll
the
do it.
ponytail. It kind of throws me off.
Yeah, yeah. Same.
I'll have sex with a lot of people, but I don't know. Guys, I don't know.
All right, it's time for Blind Item.
we can't see him. You think
I'm
about
upset with myself that I'm saying it, but I think it's a no. I think it's definitely a no.
Okay, all right.
it. Well, so
I gotta say no sometimes.
Well, this first blind item, it's involving someone you definitely are gonna say a yes to.
Okay.
While filming a superhero movie out of the country, this married A-B+ list dual threat actor, who has had some big roles, is hooking up with a co-star. Apparently, not the co-star everyone would assume.
Jeremy
Jason
Renner.
Jackie got it.
Is he having sex with? Is it someone that looks just like me?
Which superhero?
Is that
movie?
why it's so ridiculous? Maybe it looks just like me.
Oh no, it's not ridiculous, but it's one of those where you're
Give me.
Oh, it's a hot one.
No, is it a homosexual?
I was gonna say, is
no,
it-
it's
is
not
it
a
boys?
homosexual. No, it's not boys. It's a hot one. She's a little older. She's been around for a long time, but among the hottest out there, making a bit of a comeback. Blonde, claps like a seal.
Nicole Kidman.
God, go for
Yeah, good for her.
go for
Oh, good
my
for him.
Yeah, good for
Jesus.
him.
Christ! Oh my God! Keith Urban sucks in bed. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Oh, he's
definitely.
got it.
He's not good in bed. If he straightens his hair that much, he's not good in bed. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm saying it,
no.
guys. I'm just saying it.
This listen, this has nothing to do with like external signifiers of masculinity, but just on a I don't mean to shame people who straighten their hair or whatever, but
I'm sorry.
there is no.
Not sorry.
But
Sorry, not sorry.
I just feel like there is a number line where there is 100 and negative 100, and Keith Urban is at negative 100 and Jason Momoa is at 100. They are opposites
Yeah.
in terms of external signifiers of sexiness. You might find Keith Urban hot, and that's cool, but I just feel like he's so different than Jason Momoa.
I would have sex with Keith Urban on a pontoon. If I was drinking all fucking day and I'm sunburnt and it's like, well, I mean, we're on this pontoon. Yes. But Jason Momoa, any second of any day, you know this. I don't even need to make this clear. How many things Doug has had to watch that, I mean, watching him climb where he just like dusts his hands and he climbs over something that is unclimbable. And he still's like, I find him attractive.
Well, I was,
you can't not find him attractive.
I was just in Atlanta this weekend, and thank you to all of the wonderful people in Atlanta who are Page 7 listeners out
Hell
there.
yeah.
You had quite a few. But Jason Momoa, his Netflix show, I can't remember what it's called. It's called like The Red Frontier or some...
Honestly, you know what? I don't watch any.
No.
Guys, I don't watch any of them.
No one watches any of those shows. But he filmed that in Atlanta. So a lot of people had Jason Momoa stories. He fucked a lot. Like, there was one story that someone was
Fat
telling...
girls? Does he fuck fat girls? I will be so good. I'll be the best I've ever been.
No one mentioned the size of the girls he was fucking, but one person did say that they saw him trying to get into a hotel room with 2 huge cases of Heineken underneath each arm with these 4 girls with him, and he refused to let them help him get the hotel key out of his pocket, and he also refused to put the Heineken boxes down, so he was just grunting and struggling in front of a door, but he was so strong that he didn't drop anything, he just couldn't physically get the key.
See, that's actually a little bit annoying when a man won't ask for help. I feel like it's a little bit. Just ask for help.
If it's a drunk fuck and it's Jason Momoa,
He was very drunk.
Watching him do
Okay,
that,
I
I
would
feel like
watch.
this is adorable.
No, that's true. Would watch and probably would enjoy, but sometimes you get to a point like I would enjoy
in
it
life,
for...
yeah, no, it would be
He
terrible.
got the door open, though.
Okay, I was gonna say give him time.
How did he get it open?
He managed to do it.
How did he
All
get
right,
it open?
because otherwise you get to a point where you're just like, just give me the fucking Heineken. Let me help.
But he's Jason Momoa. You know, he's got a reputation up.
I can't. I want and I need. Guys, I have to have.
I just want to compliment Marcus's 3 descriptors of Nicole Kidman, which was she's blonde, she's making a comeback, and she claps like a seal. That's truly all you need. There's a lot more you could say, but those 3. Before you even clapped, I was like, I know.
I knew you'd get it.
Yeah,
I
that
knew
was
you'd
good.
get it. And the other one involves Nicole Kidman as well. The only talking these 2 A-list movie co-stars are allowed to do is when there are cameras present. It's not that they don't like each other, because they kind of do, but it is forbidden for one of them to do anything but cursory talking because of her religion, or quote-unquote religion.
It's not Big Little Lies.
It's not Big Little Lies, no.
Because Nicole Kidman is not a Scientologist anymore, right?
No,
So this
but
has
she is a huge SP. You know Nicole
Wait,
Kidman.
she's not in Handmaid's Tale, is she?
No, it's not Handmaid's Tale, but you're pretty fucking close there.
SP, remind me?
SP is
Bad girl.
suppressive.
Yeah, okay, right.
That's a BBG. An SP.
Yeah.
Suppressive person is somebody who is an enemy of Scientology,
That's
essentially.
right.
Yeah.
That's
and
right.
since Nicole Kidman took her kids out of Scientology and divorced Tom Cruise and all that, she's very
Katie
much
Holmes
considered
and
to
her
be.
daughter are both SPs.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ooh,
But you're
what
pretty
is she doing
close.
now?
You're pretty close with Handmaid's Tale. You're getting.
Handmaid's Tale. Each.
There's a
Moochie boochie
typing.
booch. I want to
Weird
know,
digging.
and it's got something to do about mind control.
Her name is the woman in Handmaid's Tale.
Elizabeth Moss.
Yes. They're doing a movie together.
I thought you meant that it was something like Handmaid's
No.
Tale. Oh, they're doing a movie together?
Nicole Kidman and Elizabeth
What?
Moss are doing a movie together.
How?
But Elizabeth Moss isn't allowed to talk to Nicole
Of
Kidman
fucking course she's not.
unless they're on camera.
Oh
Wow.
my god. I can't
Whoa.
even believe they let that happen.
What a spicy setup.
What's the
That's a species spicy
movie?
meatball. That is
Like,
a species spicy.
Nicole Kidman is just sitting next to her, and the camera is like, it's like, are you rolling? Are you rolling? Get out.
Spicy.
Out. Oh my God, get out. Wow.
Whoa, that's crazy.
What an
What's the
exciting blind
movie?
item. That's maybe our most interesting blind item ever.
Isn't that pretty interesting?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a show called Top of the Lake. Top of the lake to ye.
Although I don't know if I have said it on here. I don't know if I have. Husband Secret, they are doing it, and Blake Lively plays Cecilia Fitzpatrick.
Really?
Just saying.
Ooh.
Oh, you're talking about Pretty
I'm
Little...
sorry,
okay.
Big Little Lies.
Yeah.
The book I just read, Husband
I
Secret.
forgot you guys call it Husband Secret.
Husband Secret is her other book that they're also making into an HBO show, and
yeah.
Blake Lively is playing Cecilia Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, they should make HBO series of all of her books.
Gonna be
Ooh, you gotta read all of her books. She's got like 9 more you can
Oh,
read.
girl, I'm on my way.
Okay, good.
Oh my God, yes. What
Sorry,
great news.
but I think Nicole Kidman is still one of the executive. Like she's Pound Town right now, dude.
Yeah. Oh, and she's
Pound Town.
She's Pound Town.
Sorry, I've got Guy Fieri.
Oh, and I saw another blind item about her. She's just, I mean, everyone's talking about her now. Like, she just made
everywhere.
a huge comeback.
She's everywhere. She's fantastic.
Good for her.
Good,
Oh,
good for her. Clap, clap, clap. Seal, seal,
clap.
Seal,
Seal clap.
seal.
She had to worry
Clap,
about the
clap,
rings.
Clap, clap.
Clap like
Okay,
a seal.
you can't hear it, but yeah, I gotta say clap, clap, clap. Doing seal clap right now, and that's all we got time for on today's Page 7.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thanks, everyone in Atlanta.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, guys.
She's indeed a lover. I can't believe you guys don't know the song. She's not you won't feel it like no other. Before you know it, you'll be on your knees. Woohoo.
For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to cavecomedyradio.com.